What would Magic be like today if Wizards just ends the reserve list? Hi everyone, MTG Moxman here. Have you ever wondered what would happen if Wizards just ends the reserve list? If it just poofs one day? They put an announcement out and they said, hey, coming in 2024, the reserve list will be abolished. Well, if you just left it like that, people would panic, right? All those Bazaar of Baghdad's, all those Library of Alexandria's, all those Moxes, dual lands, everything would just like blow up in people's faces. They'd be panicking in the streets. They wouldn't know what to do. They'd be like, ah! You can picture it, right? That's kind of how it would happen. I mean, I have a lot of cardboard on my wall. The good news is I'm prepared to let it go to zero. A lot of investors out there are not prepared for that to happen. So, if Wizards went ahead, picture this scenario, and they said, we're abolishing the reserve list in 2024. Now, each year, instead, we will allow for an alternate printing of 50 reserve list cards inserted in some way into some special or premium product. Because that's what Wizards would do. They wouldn't just abolish the reserve list. They would have a plan on how they could maximize their money, especially how we see Wizards doing things now, right? Now, in my head, I can picture all the ways you could make money doing this. You could put a Black Lotus into an ultra premium set. You could go ahead and take dual lands and reprint them in new types of borders and framing and artwork. Maybe bring back the original artists and make them for a special Commander edition, right? You can see how Wizards could really profit from this, right? You follow my logic. But what about the players? How would players feel? What would we be doing with our old cardboard? I still have it stacked up here. I have stuff here that's reserve list. What am I going to do? I'm losing my mind here. I have tens of thousands of dollars on the wall. Oh, wait. Sorry. Wizards doesn't care. Remember, they just abolished the reserve list. In this mythical world we've just made up, they just abolished it. And that's how it would happen. They would have an internal contingency plan. But as we've seen with certain cards that do semi-get reprinted, old nostalgic cards, original, OG, would always have value. It would take a while for them to recover. It wouldn't be right away. There'd be a lot of people jumping ship saying, do you want my Mox Pearl? Do you want my Beta Mox Pearl? Do you want this? Right? That's what they'd be doing. I'm only trying to get 2,000 for it. I'm only trying to get 1,000 for it. I'm only trying to get 900, 800, 7, 6, 5, 4. Because there would be that panic. It would happen. And it would be scary. Right? The downward spiral to get to the bottom. But after that happened, and after that calmed down, and people took the chill pill and relaxed, because there will be people buying if the reserve list was abolished. There are people who understand that even if they abolish the reserve list and reprint all these cards, I know they wouldn't reprint it in the old art. All those artists have premiums and stuff attached to their contracts, right? They have to get paid each time a card's printed. It's part of the residuals. So they'd be choosing new artwork, new framework. They would do something to still please players, right? To appease. You know what I mean? Whatever word I'm trying to say. They would do something to make sure that they don't have to put out tons of extra cash and they want to maximize it. So original version cards would have that downward push for quite a while, but the market would recover. Magic has gotten so big. And although I personally do not believe they are canceling the reserve list anytime soon, I can picture many scenarios in which they do it, but would have plans on how they would go about doing it. Most of us here think it'll never happen. I myself included. But I am prepared for the day it happens, and if my cardboard becomes worthless, I knew the risks going in. I was okay with that. Because it's a game. But for those players who have invested tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, whatever their stake in this game is, and they bought it only for investment purposes, they never cared about the game, a lot of players will laugh at you, and you won't get a lot of sympathy. I understand that. You get some sympathy from me because, Wizards said they'd never reprint it. And if they went and reprinted it, would there be court cases? I wonder. People wonder this stuff all the time. Me and my friends boggle about this going, could it happen? Would it happen? And you just don't know because the scenario's never presented itself. But it is always fun to play that scenario out in your head so you could prepare for the eventuality in case it happened. Prepare for worst case, best case scenarios. Wizards would have a plan. They wouldn't just jump it. They would be a 24 to 48 month outlay where they'd be bringing things in to set up for how they would reprint the reserve list. A special edition set. They do a buyback program. I don't know. There's so many things that went through me and my friends' heads as we talked about this that you sit there just going, like, have you guys thought about it out there? Have you wondered what would happen if they reprinted the cards? They said, we're going to reprint the Moxes in a special secret layer set of every Mox we've made. It'll be a special print run. Only 10,000 copies made. Would that be okay? Or is that still breaking it and freaking people out? Because that's the kind of stuff Wizards probably already has somewhere in a back burner plate where they're just thinking about what they're going to do to make money later. I don't think they'll do it. I think they'll do one up. They don't want to reprint the original Mox. They'll make a colorless Mox. A Mox that taps for 2 different types of colors. They can do all kinds of ways to get around the reserve list. They've already proven they can. But what if they did? Can you imagine the panic on eBay, TCG, local card shops? There would be the cool heads out there who would just start buying into the downfall. There would be those players who are willing to take that risk, thinking the OG cards would be worth more money later on. Remember, it's a very small market out there. But there'd be so many players who are just unsure, who are new to the game, and just aren't willing to wait things out. They would just say, no way. Remember, they've done retro Wayne Gretzky rookie cards. They've done retro Michael Jordan rookie cards, right? They've reprinted them. But it's the original that's worth all the money. There wouldn't be that much change in the market, I don't believe, in the long term. Short-term panic, long-term okay. I would not be panicking. I'd be like, whoa, this is some great video content, but I would not be panicking. That is not my style because that's just not the way I am. It's not the way I'm built. Long haul everything, grind to the end. But I'm curious to know what everyone out there thinks about if this could happen. If the reserve list was abolished. If it was gone tomorrow, what would you do? Would the sun rise in the background? You're like, I can finally get some non-proxy Moxes that were printed by Wizards. I can get Ancestral Recall and put it. They're going to build a new vintage legacy format. And they're going to reprint all the old cards so we can use them in a special format and add more psycho powerful cards to that format. Would you be happy about that? Is that something that would float your boat? Is that something you think about in the day sometimes or in your nightmares at night if you're an investor? I wonder, guys. So let me know what you guys think. This is just a little fun video on a weekend to kick back and just get those brain juices flowing. I want to know what you guys think. Thanks a lot for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, hey, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and let me know what you guys think because it matters to me. This is MTG Moxman. I will see you all on the live stream or some other point during the week. Have a great day today. Hey guys, a big shout out to all my patrons out there. Thanks again for that continued support each and every day. I love talking to everyone on the Discord. It's a blast. Patrons, you are amazing people. Thank you so much. I feel blessed and honored to have met you all. You guys rock. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, I hope you had a great day today. I hope you enjoyed the video. You're at the end. You see the big scary foil thingy, Tomb of Annihilation thing. We're going to pop that into Deadpool's mouth here. Make him fit inside the 10K box. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Remember, 10K will happen one day. It's probably 10 years from now, but it's going to happen one day. Have a great day, everyone.